Now, recently I have put on the record my extreme views regarding John Farnham, and I know they're extreme because I listen to people, I listen to the feedback, and I know I'm in the minority when I say that the man did the wrong thing when he went on the Last Time tour, charging premium prices for the tickets, and has made numerous comebacks since. I've been contacted by Melissa, who is a huge John Farnham fan. Melissa, are you on the line?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic to have you on the show tonight, and thanks for calling in. You're a brave lady, considering you know how I feel about the issue. Tell me why I'm wrong. Why am I wrong when I describe John Farnham as being deceptive when he went on his Last Time tour?
Well, I actually have quite a lot of proof and evidence to back me up as well, including the actual proof coming from the horse's mouth himself. John, at the Last Time tour, did state matter-of-factly to all of his fans, he's not retiring, I'm just not doing the big places anymore. He was feeling the pressure not to fill up 14,000 seats, and he does prefer the more intimate 2,000-seater places. Admittedly, he doesn't do as many concerts as he used to do anymore, and it is a lot harder to get the tickets, but we still try our best to get them. And there is also another report that I also found on the internet where he says in 2002, to the dismay of his many fans, John announced that he was retiring from full-time performance, and through the end of 2002 into early 2003, John embarked on a farewell tour appropriately called The Last Time. Although this was his last full-scale national tour, John has not retired from music entirely, and he will continue to play the occasional live show in the future years, as well as making more recordings, but it is fitting and laudable that this consummate professional has decided to bow out while he still is at the top of his game. Now, it did mention in that article that he has not retired from music entirely, and John himself did say in the Last Time DVD concert, just before he sings the Last Time song, which is the second last song of the DVD, he does tell everybody, I'm not retiring, I'm just not doing the big places anymore.
Okay, well, look, I can match you press release for press release. I'm sitting on a press release here that was put out by the promoters prior to the concert, which quoted John Farnham as saying, "This is the last time I declare," or something very similar to those words. I am not denying at all, Melissa, that he had a definition of what his retirement would look like. I know he said that he is no longer playing the big venues. I know that he said that he will continue to make music. My problem is with the timing of it. He only started making this new definition of retirement after he'd sold the tickets to The Last Time. My question to you as a fan, who probably was there at The Last Time, I'm imagining.
2 shows.
Yeah, 2 shows. My question is, if most of the fans knew that it wasn't really a full-scale retirement, why the tears? Why the flowers? Why were people wearing T-shirts saying, "Goodbye, John"?
We are a very passionate crowd when it comes to John. And we did know going in that it was a retirement, but a semi-retirement, not a full retirement. We knew we would see him in years to come. He'd already stated that before the concerts as well. He did say it's a semi-retirement.
Well, I have to say...
whether it was his retirement or not, we still would have gone. We still would pay that money, and we still would have gone and seen him. We still always, at every concert, you have a look at all the audience, you will always see, "Thanks for the memories, thanks for the music.
Yes.
You're the best, we love you, man of the century."
And "Goodbye, John."
Song.
Yeah, and look, that's where our opinions differ, I believe, because you're saying that most of the people at those shows understood it was a semi-form of retirement.
Yes.
I would counter that absolutely not. The bulk of the people who bought the tickets were under the impression, without any question of a doubt, that this was the last time, and that's my problem. I'm not saying he can't come back. I want to make this really clear. I'm not saying he can't come out of retirement. I'm saying that the man made money. He traded off an announcement of a retirement, which he only clarified once he hit the stage that it was a semi-form of retirement. Most of the people in there, Melissa, believed, and I can tell this just by purely watching the human reaction, the tears, the floods of tears, and the things been thrown onto the stage, and the T-shirts which read "Goodbye, John." That tells me common sense. Most of the people in those audiences believed this was it, and they thought they were there for a piece of musical history.
And they were the people who weren't part of the John Farnham fan club. We pay $25 a year to be part of his fan club, the official fan club who Sue and Marie both run.
Mm-hmm.
They also have the Facebook page. And, sorry, I have MS. I'm not very good with words. I get...
Melissa,
or as we call them, brain farts.
You're speaking eloquently, and I'm trying to give you your best shot. So please don't feel on the spot. You're doing really well.
No problems at all. I don't feel like I'm on the spot at all. I just
Good.
hope you understand. I'm not very good at words. I'm not trying to come up with excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a lot of people did believe it was the last time they would see him. And for many, it has been the last time they saw him. Even I myself, I've been a dedicated fan since I was a little girl. I'm 32 now. I was a fan of his since I was 2 years old.
Mm.
And I have not been able to get to some of his concerts because the tickets run out so fast.
Yeah.
He's only doing two shows this year here in Sydney at the State Theatre, and I've looked at the floor plan for that. There is going to be in Sydney, in the entirety of Sydney, for people like myself who are in a wheelchair, that are completely wheelchair bound, there will only be 4 wheelchair seats available out of those 2 shows.
Oh, well, you've just given me a much bigger story to work on, Melissa.
I know, the State Theatre, that's the State Theatre's fault though.
I won't blame John, I promise.
They need to upgrade their facilities to allow for today's communities to go and see the shows and the musicals and everything else that they want to see there.
Look, I agree with you on that point. But look, with regards to John, I'm just going to make myself very clear here. I really admire him. I love John Farnham's music. Absolutely love it. I've never seen him live. That's not because I've deliberately stayed away. It's just because I've never had the opportunity. I love his music. I feel like such talent pours out of this man. I feel it has been quite undignified the way that he has gone about things since that last time tour in 2002 and 2003. Whether the fans like it or not, the man has become a bit of a joke, even within the media circles. Yeah. There is a perception, whether fans agree with that perception or not, that he does his Dame Melly Mel, that he keeps coming back and back and back. And I know that really irks him. I saw him on the Today Show this morning. I don't know if you saw that as well. And
I saw it yesterday morning.
Oh, yes, it was probably yesterday then. And he I can tell it's under his skin, this perception. What I would like to see is for him to step forward and say, that was a mistake, giving people the impression that was going to be my last tour. And if that is the impression that people had, I apologise. The plan for his concert for the 25-year Whispering Jack tour is fantastic, because apparently he's going to be doing every track off that album in sort of an acoustic set. Yep. It sounds exciting. I'd actually like to be there. I can't on principle, clearly, because of the way that I've rabbited on. But, you know, I don't have anything against the man personally. If he called me here at this show, I would welcome him on. I would just be making exactly that point that I've made to you tonight. You've seen me on YouTube. I've been torn apart, like throwing a zebra to the lions, it's been like. Are John Farnham fans generally very passionate people?
We are extremely passionate. You just have to go to their fan club and see how people react on Facebook, on the Facebook fan club page.
I've seen it.
They're all just crazy out there, passionate about him like crazy. Nobody slams our John.
No. And it's interesting because I'm a big fanatic. I know what it's like to be a diehard fanatic of different artists. Like, I'm talking hardcore, but different packs of fans react differently. I've noticed, obviously, John Farnham's fans, you cannot say a bad word about him. Michael Jackson fans are exactly the same. But then if you look at Madonna and Kylie and Lady Gaga fans, they're interesting. They're more up for some debate about the projects that their favourite artist is working on. They're more happy to debate it. But yes, I have learnt the hard way that John Farnham fans, they don't like to hear anything against their great man.
Well, I will say this, and this is something against my man, but it's the truth. The guy can't act.
Has he attempted to act, has he?
He had a guest role on Home and Away back in '88.
I remember. I was just a little tyke. He sang to Sally.
Yes, I've got that on video.
Oh, do you?
And if you see it, he can't. Seeing it now as an adult, he can't act.
Well, it might have been the script. I can't believe I'm defending John now. It might have been the script.
Yeah.
Listen, Melissa, thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. I think that we both
appreciate your point of view. I really do.
Yeah, well, I appreciate yours too.
I can see how some fans were probably misguided in the fact thinking that it was the last time. But my mother and I, we paid the top dollar. We pay the top dollar every concert. It doesn't matter because we enjoy seeing him. Mum and I have always gone to his concerts. It's a tradition of ours.
Yep.
And we've always joked that you can set your watch to when he's coming out. Whispering Jack back in '87, every single 2 years he's always come out. And this concert's going to be fantastic because he's going to be singing some rarities in the beginning, the acoustic set. And the second half of the show will be the entire Whispering Jack album. It's not something you want to miss.
No, it's a really, as I say, as a person who is diehard fan about some other artists, to hear an artist singing every track off a particular album, that's stunning. That's a real fan specialty. So look, you enjoy the show, okay? I really mean that. Enjoy the show. If you get the chance to pull John aside and let him know that there is this guy who does radio up near Port Macquarie, just tell him about me and tell him to get in touch.
Okay, I can do that through the Voice Events fan club.
Good on you, Melissa. It's been a great pleasure talking to you.
You too. Take care.
You too. Thanks very much. Melissa there, fantastic, a huge John Farnham fan. Both of us putting our cards on the table there. You're listening to Time to Talk.